sister, you know, I got a sister. Well, she's a little, how would you say, a little wilder than the rest of us are. The rest of us probably a little bit crazy, but that's fun. But anyway, sister, she got married, and her husband bought this new house. Well, it's quite new, but it was new to them. And we go to visit once in a while, but we kind of hide the car in the back and go in the back door so we don't embarrass her. So anyway, I went over and was talking to sister, and she says, you know, the other day when my husband came home from work, I told him, honey, the washing machine's not working. And he says, well, what do I look like, Mr. the Maytag repairman? And I said, no, I reckon not. So the next day he came home, and I said, honey, the brakes on the car aren't working. I can't hardly stop it. And he says, who do I look like, Mr. Goodwrench? And I said, no, I know you don't. So the next day he came home, and I said, honey, I got everything fixed up. The machine's running good, the car's all fixed, everything is just great. I found us a neighbor man down the street that knew how to do it, how to fix everything. And he said if I needed anything else fixed, just to let him know anytime. So her husband looked at her and said, yeah, but how much did he charge you? She says, oh, it's not bad at all. He told me that I could either bake him a cake or have sex with him. Well, what kind of cake did you bake him? And I looked right in his face and I says, do I look like Betty Crocker? Now, one of my shows down in Nashville one day, it was getting really stuffy in there because that's when they was letting people in there and everything, you know. Well, I went outside and I opened the stage door and I walked down and I was just standing out there. Well, all of a sudden, this man ran up to me and he grabbed me by the shoulders and he says, give me all your money. And I said, mister, I don't have any money. And he says, I don't believe you. You got money somewhere. I'm going to search you. So he just searched her all over. Finally, he says, ma'am, you sure don't have any money? And she looked at him and says, no, but if you'll do that again, I'll write you a check. I heard this the other night, you know, I was just going to sleep. And I heard this racket outside my window. I was telling sister. And I looked out the window, and here was this man with a light there, coming right up, trying to get to my window. And I stood there and watched him, and she says, sister says, well, what did you do? I said, well, I called the fire department. Well, she said, why didn't you call the police? I said, I didn't want him arrested. He just needed a longer ladder. Oh, well. I don't know. I ain't been kissed in so long, it's hard to remember whether to suck in or blow out. But you get used to it after a while. Well, you know, I went downtown back a month or so ago, and I took some singing lessons. Should have left a few of them behind. But anyway, I took some singing lessons. And you know, Paul always was telling Brother how to do this and how to do that, and how to get him a girl and somebody that would stay with him. Well, you know, Pop gave him so much advice, I could hardly remember it. So the best way to remember something is to put it in a song. So I did that. I tried to put it in a song. So I'm going to try and sing this for y'all. Now, don't throw me out, because I should have left some of them singing lessons back there. But anyway, it's always marry an ugly girl. That's the only kind. She'll never, ever leave you. And if she does, you won't mind. Now, Brother married an ugly girl, brought He thought he had it made, but every night when she undressed, the neighbors would pull their shades. Always marry an ugly girl, that's the only kind. She'll never ever leave you, and if she does, you won't mind. Now my cousin, she's an ugly girl, brought green tears to my eyes. Well, we'll wait on the train. It's probably going to be one of them big old stretch ones just because I'm trying to tell you folks this thing. But anyway, I guess I can overdo that thing. I got a big mouth. Anyway, my cousin, she was an ugly girl. She thought she had it made. She drank from a special cup. She had this great big bottom lip, but the upper one covered it up. Always marry an ugly girl, that's the only kind. She'll never ever leave you, and if she does, you won't mind. Now, once he dated an ugly girl, brought green tea to my eyes. She said she was an artist, but all I ever saw draw was flies. Always marry an ugly girl, never let her go. She'll never ever leave you, and if she does, you won't mind. Now, if you marry an ugly girl, she'll never let you quit, 'cause she will always think it is the last she'll ever get. Always marry an ugly girl, never let her go, 'cause she will never leave you, and if she does, you won't mind. She'll never ever leave you, and if she does, you won't mind. Now, my favorite song, I have a favorite song, you know, but it's from when I was a little girl. But any of y'all know it, just sing it along with me, and just clap your hands. All right, I'm going to let you know this was one. My mom hated it, but I just loved it. Does your bubblegum lose its flavor on the bedpost overnight? Does your mama say don't chew it, but you swallow it in spite? And you catch it on your tonsils and you heave it left and right? Does your bubblegum lose its flavor on the bedpost overnight? Oh me, oh my, oh you, whatever shall I do? The question is peculiar, I answer it is true. So answer to my question, is it yes or is it no? Does your bubblegum lose its flavor on the bedpost overnight? Does your bubblegum lose its flavor on the bedpost overnight? Yeah, I'm as country as cornbread, I know, but I like it that way. Anyway, it's so good to be here with you folks today. It's good to be anywhere at my age. But anyway, I've really enjoyed it, and I thank you all for your attention, and I hope you've had a good time.